up. I might as well get going. Oh, well, for those of you who came in late, you might be able to see that people are putting their name and organization in the chat. Please put your name and organization in the chat so that we know which groups are here. And then I can call on the different groups. So later on after the three groups. So to begin with, first up, we have Beth Huang. Beth is from Mass Voter Table and also on the steering committee of RaiseUp. And today she is here to talk about something I hope everybody is familiar with, which is a fair share amendment. So Beth, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Beth Huang. I'm the director of the Massachusetts Voter Table, and I'm a proud member of the steering committee of RaiseUp Massachusetts. So just by a show of hands, I would love, how many folks here think that our public schools need more investment? How many of you have waited for a late bus or a late train, or you've been stuck in traffic and wish you were on a high-speed bus or train instead? Yep, me too. So, and then, you don't have to out yourself if you don't want to, but did anyone get $1 million in their bank account last year? Like actually $1 million hit your personal bank account last year. Okay, so I'm not seeing, I saw lots of hands at the beginning, saw no hands. You don't have to out yourself, but maybe consider making a big donation to the RaiseUp Massachusetts ballot committee if you did get $1 million in your bank account last year. And so I'm really excited to talk to you all about the Fair Share Amendment, which is a 4% tax on income over $1 million. Massachusetts has a regressive tax structure. So people at the people who are in the bottom quintile, these are low-wage workers, minimum wage workers, are paying 11% of their income in state and local taxes. So let's say someone is making, if someone is making $20,000, that means that they're paying about $2,000 in state and local taxes. And so if you make $20,000 a year, $2,000 is like a lot of money to you. However, on the top 1%, so those are people who are making about $400,000 or more, those folks are paying about 6% of their 6% of their income in state and local taxes. So if you're making $400,000 per year, it's probably less likely that you're really going to miss $24,000, right? It's like that doesn't even cover a semester at some fancy prep school, right? So we have this even though we have this flat income tax, poor people are spending way more money on state and local taxes proportionally than the wealthiest people in the state. We think that we need to fix that problem so that and then the upside is that we can fund our schools and our transit systems with an extra $2 billion a year in taxes. And so really, really excitingly, the legislature last week on Wednesday voted 159 to 41 to advance the Fair Share Amendment, so that that constitutional amendment that taxes income over $1 million and an extra 4%. To the November 2022 ballot. So how many of you are going to be voting in November 2022? I will be happy to cast my ballot. And so something that you can do today is to pledge to be a fair share voter. And I'm just going to drop the link into the chat. So you can pledge today to be a Fair Share Amendment voter. We are going to be launching we actually already have this week, have launched a statewide pledge card drive. So I think I would be curious, how many of you collected signatures for the Fair Share Amendment in 2015? So we collected, I think, 157,000. Cole is raising his hand and smiling. back in 2015, we collected 157,000 signatures to put the Fair Share Amendment on the ballot in 2018. As all of you can remember, or as many of you can remember, we did not take a vote on the Fair Share Amendment in 2018. And that's because the Baker appointees on the Supreme Court in Massachusetts, the SJC, were able to find the tiniest little technicality to throw the Fair Share Amendment off the ballot. They said that we couldn't collect signatures and put the tax and spending on the ballot. So we started from square one again in 2019. Instead, we went through the legislature and were able to get the legislature to vote twice to put the Fair Share Amendment on the 2022 ballot. So this, the corporate lobby, they're going to sue us again. Who knows what myth or lie they're going to say. They're already spinning lots of lies about millionaires fleeing Massachusetts. They will find some way to try to find some technicality to try to throw us off the ballot again. But we have a more airtight legal defense this time around. This campaign has been 8 years in the making, maybe 40, depending on how you look at it. But this is really the most important time this is our best opportunity at this time to be able to tax the richest people who can afford to pay their fair share. And so we also have these regional launches that started last week that I wanted to bring folks' attention to. This is so instead of gathering signatures can be a really fun team building activity. I think that was one of the main reasons why RaiseUp Massachusetts went with our slightly ill-fated way of putting the Fair Share Amendment on the ballot back in 2015. We're going to start rebuilding our teams so that we are strong to go to the 2022 ballot. And so that's why we're launching this pledge card drive and have all these regional launches. I hope that there's one near you. We have some coming up this week in Greenfield, in Newburyport. We have a couple coming up on Tuesday in Brockton, Lawrence. We have one in Lynn on Wednesday. The one in I'm helping to plan the one in Boston with Enid Eckstein from JP Progressives on the 21st, and we have one in Springfield on the 22nd. I hope that you can make it to a launch near you, but we're looking to bring together all of the people who are going to be part of our Fair Share campaign to make sure that we can make our tax system fairer and also fund transit and education. And we want to get as many people to pledge to be Fair Share voters now so that we can ensure that we have this bulwark of support going into 2022. So that's a brief spiel about where the Fair Share Amendment campaign is right now. We've made it through the hurdles so far to put it on the ballot, and now it's time to assemble our teams to be really successful in winning the Fair Share Amendment in November 2022.